Last Saturday, my mum called me very early in the morning. She told me that she had some bad news. My dear grandma, Mona, had passed away last evening after being sick for quite some time. I had already expected it to happen, but it still came as sort of a shock. She's my grandma. She has always been there for me. She's not supposed to die. I couldn't stop crying. The funeral was held later that week in Kauniainen, the hometown of my grandma. I hadn't been visiting there for almost over a year. I felt so bad. Could I have been there with her when she died? How did she feel about her life? Was she happy? What were the things she wanted to leave behind? My mind was filled with questions. I knew she died in peace. My mum was there with her when she passed away, but still, I felt guilty and sad. A couple of days later, we visited the house of my grandma. We had to go through all her belongings and pack everything into boxes. It was a weird feeling to step through the door. All the memories from the past came back to my mind, but it was different this time. The house felt empty without her. I saw all the old photos and beautiful objects on the tables and shelves. It felt like they wanted to tell 1,000 stories, but there was no one to tell them anymore. I was wandering around the flat in my thoughts and passed into the bedroom where I saw an old Singer sewing machine next to me. I remembered me playing with it in my childhood. I noticed a small QR code stuck on its surface. What is this modern technology doing in such an old object? I was wondering and took my smartphone and scanned the tag. A whole new world opened in front of me. I saw pictures of all the nice textiles and tablecloths that I could remember from my childhood. I could remember myself sleeping in those exact sheets when I was just a kid. Grandma had made them, and I didn't even know. She was such a skillful lady. She left behind useful information about how to use the machine. It was amazing how she had kept all the accessories in good order in the drawers. The machine still seemed to be in almost perfect condition and had such an interesting history. Grandma told how she really enjoyed her moments with the feel of the fabric in her hands. Along with handcrafts, tea and music were big parts of the afternoons. While Mona was sewing, my grandpa, Emil, was always organizing his documents and reading his favorite books, with a nice glass of his favorite whiskey in his hand. Mona didn't like alcohol. She had a nice cup of tea to keep her warm while sewing the most beautiful textiles. I could still see the cup marks on the wooden parts of the machine while my phone was playing her favorite song, Beethoven's Moonlight Sonate, in the background. Soon, my cousin shouted from the other room. He also discovered the tag underneath Mona's candle holder and was very excited about his finding. Did you know where Mona bought her favorite candles? You know, that little boutique in Rethinking. They burn evenly, so there will be no wax on the table. We continued the exploration together and found out so much more about her and her life. The favorite recipes, her loved summer dress she bought in England, really funny stories about my mom's wedding, and some small secrets that I can't tell you right now. We had some tears and good laughs together with a variety of small but valuable objects and stories. We appreciated the work she did so much. She left us so much more than just her flats and furniture. She left behind all the stories and memories of her life.